30th of January 2023. You guessed it, hit that subscribe button if you haven't. With everything that's going on over in Russia and Ukraine, with us sending tanks now, how long is it before the F-16s go? Ukraine has been hollering steady for F-16s this whole time and has even picked up wanting them more now that we've sent the tanks. Now you got to ask yourself, what has went on here that has all of a sudden allowed us to send tanks, allowed Germany to send tanks? Something's going on, guys. There's some kind of under the table deal going on or something over there, because what did our president say? If we send tanks, that would mean World War III. But yet now all of a sudden it's okay to send tanks. I'm telling you, the F-16s will go eventually. It took them less than a year to get us to send tanks. The F-16s will probably go this summer or this fall over there. I've said before, could it be as simple as we're trying to get stuff into the country for when we finally go in over there? Could be. You know, a lot of the stuff we're sending over there, you know, it's come up technically missing. Some of it has come up missing over there. But they're redoing, Zelensky's redoing his whole cabinet and everything and getting new people in there, all this type of stuff. And we're sending tanks, and I'm telling you, these F-16s will be over there before long. Why would Russia not retaliate against this is my question. Now, could Russia be waiting until the tanks physically arrive in country to retaliate? Could be. But we've also said that these tanks that we're sending may not get there until late this year or early next year. So right there tells you this war is going to be continuously going on up until who knows when, right? A lot of people are saying it's going to go nuclear. Putin's going to retaliate with nuclear weapons due to these tanks and things. If you sit back and think, the pipeline, the bridge, their air base in Russia, all this stuff getting hit, Russia has not retaliated with a nuclear weapon. Technically, they haven't retaliated against any NATO countries. They'll launch a big missile barrage into Ukraine after something like that happens, but they have not done what they repeatedly say they would do. Russia from the start told NATO to stay out of it, told America to stay out of it. Do not send offensive weapons over here, or we will, look at that as we're fighting NATO. Which now Russia is saying technically, hey, we're fighting NATO. I've said that all along, this is a proxy war between the United States and Russia. That's what it is. But Russia is not retaliating against them. It's not making sense. Like I said in a video last week, it's almost like some kind of under the table deal has been made to allow these things to come into Ukraine. What do I mean by that? It could be money. It could be as simple as, we're going to let you sell a little more stuff here that we're not going to talk about and let you get away with it. All the restrictions we put on Russia here lately, what they can do and can't do. Something's going on. Russia, looks like they would retaliate it already against NATO. They said they were going to start hitting NATO supply lines in Ukraine. Things like that. A lot of people on here, you see them every day. They're on here telling you nuclear war is going to happen. If this happens, this happens. Their whole thing is no matter what happens, it's going to go nuclear. Why would a country want to just destroy the whole earth, right? Because then it doesn't make sense, guys. Now, could they use a tactical nuclear weapon? Yes, they could. I don't see a need for it right now. It's very strange to me, though, how Russia is not doing nothing about us sending all this equipment over there. Like I said, it's supposed to be later this year, early next year before they even get our tanks. They're not drawing them out of what we have. They're building them new tanks and sending them over, from what I understand. And Ukraine is steadily hollering for F-16s, F-16s. They'll get them. We'll send them. Somehow or another, that won't be an offensive weapon either. Biden said that the tanks are not offensive weapons. They're not. They're offensive weapons only if you're inside of Russian soldiers or inside of Ukraine. Well, here's the catch to that. Russia has, annexed the regions over there into Russia. They're technically Russian, property, according to the way Russia looks at it, right? How is that not all, there's a lot more to this than we know. A lot of you know that. There's stuff going on there. I firmly believe before these tanks were sent over, they said they were going to send it. Don't think for 1 minute they didn't call Putin and sit there and talk to him before they sent them, because they did. They did. And I'm sure they're trying to work out some kind of deal to get F-16s over there by going, talking to Putin to get these things allowed over there. But as far as, Russia's threatened nuclear annihilation on everybody for a long time. Now, could they do it? Yes, they could. But what would be the need in it? You know, I don't see the need in it as of right now. I don't see why they would, nuclear bomb the United States, nuclear bomb Britain, or any of them places. You know, I've always said it looks like Russia just wanted to the river, and that was it. And that's looking like where they want. But a lot of people think once they get that area, they're going to try to expand further out, which they could do. But guys, all this is smoke and mirrors for something bigger that we don't know. That's what it is. Plain and simple. Smoke and mirrors for something that we don't know about. I mean, what's y'all's thought? You think we'll send F-16s this year? I'm personally surprised we didn't send them with the tanks, to be honest with you. Our own president stood there, President Biden. If we send tanks, that would be essentially starting World War III, and now all of a sudden we're sending them. That tells you some kind of deal has been made between Russia and the United States to allow these tanks to go over. Don't let them fool you. There's more to this than we know what's going on. Let me know your thoughts on this. Comment on it. I want to hear from you. Like or dislike this video. It doesn't matter to me if you dislike it. The more interaction I have with y'all, the higher up in the analytics I go. Subscribe to the channel if you're still watching. Welcome to all the new subscribers. You know, you got to keep your head on the swivel and be aware of your surroundings at all times and protect yourself and your family at all times, because at the end of the day, you're the only one who can do that. Don't depend on someone else to protect you or your family. Stay safe, get prepped up, and hit that subscribe button.